Good day guys, nice to have you here. Today we'll have a featured gameplay and same as always, we'll have this gameplay reviewed, discuss some tips, tricks, and strategies in order to improve how you play Mobile Legends. With that being said, I give my shoutouts to Nikki Bros. Thank you so much for sending this gameplay. Great job playing a Silvanna. You're awesome. If you guys want to send in your gameplays, send me an email. Please note the videos are reviewed and not all submissions will be approved, especially if the following requirements are not met. Also, I want to give my shoutouts to Condemned. He too hosts a YouTube channel, so make sure to give him some love by checking out his page and subscribing. Silvanna is a very underrated hero, especially on the higher ranks. With the correct build and matchup though, she can be very deadly and is more than capable of carrying the game. Nikki did an excellent job analyzing the mismatch on the XP lane, which encouraged him to cut the lane and clear the minions ahead of time. In order to do that though, you must head to the lanes the moment the game begins. You will fail to cut the lane if you are late even by only 1 second. Balmond made the mistake of contesting Silvanna. If we compare both heroes side by side, Silvanna has advantage in skill set and even stats. She has a much higher base HP and greater physical attack. To make matters worse for Balmond, Silvanna's second skill also provides a shield, which turns a portion of Balmond's damage insignificant. Remember guys, it's important for you to have an understanding of what the enemy hero's capabilities are. I know it must be difficult for some people to memorize all heroes' abilities, but if you can do that, it can certainly make a huge difference in your decision making. So please guys, read. Excellent pressure by Nikki. Since Balmond recalled back to base, Silvanna will gain an advantage in both level and gold. And let's not forget that Nikki was able to earn some bonus gold from the turret shield. Sadly, Nikki's own aggressiveness caused his own downfall. That's the risk of lane cutting, which is why I recommend doing that if you have significantly higher HP left. Nikki did the right thing of just attacking them though. He knew he wouldn't be able to escape both enemies anymore, so dealing damage was a better idea rather than just dying slowly while running away. Sadly, Nana, their mid laner, was doing a horrible job on the lane. If their mid laner would have been more efficient, Nikki would have had the help he needed and they might have been able to at least take down one of the enemies.
You are doomed to perish. People, I shall never back down.
Instead of camping, I think it would have been a better idea if Nikki took the crab. Doing so will help Silvanna gain more gold and experience. And it can also encourage Balmond to contest the jungle creep, thus allowing Silvanna to lure Balmond in and possibly take the kill. Excellent decision making. Instead of using Silvanna's ultimate right away, Nikki waited for the right moment, which is in most cases when the enemy is about to escape. Using Silvanna's ultimate too early can waste a kill potential, especially against heroes with dash or blink skills and above average survivability such as Balmond. Nikki is yet again camping. In my opinion, it would have been better if he took one of the jungle camps close by. Two of the enemies had greater gains than any of the players in Nikki's team, including him, so gaining more resources is a better choice. Besides, Balmond was already behind in golden experience.
Rock solid.
Excellent outplay by Nikki. He truly understood how much Silvanna can outclass Balmond, especially with that shield of hers. If Franco provided vision instead of clearing the minions, Nikki would have escaped that mess. Remember, as a roaming support, it is your job to provide vision to your allies. Clearing minions with them sometimes is not the best idea, especially when you are playing a tank support with a tanky build, which in most cases will not be an effective hero in lane clearing. In this situation, Tyrael was trying to zone out Nikki and his allies, but Nikki made the wise decision of ignoring him and using Silvanna's ultimate against Gord. Remember not to pin your attention on tank supports. Not only are they difficult to kill, taking them down won't be as rewarding as well since they are not priority targets. Priority targets are squishy heroes, especially those that are performing well. Pressuring and taking down such heroes will prevent them from snowballing, thus slowing their progress down. Despite getting killed by Tyrael, Nikki was able to achieve a good trade-off in that aggressive play since he took down both Gord and Clint, which were both key heroes in the enemy team's successes. It would have been better if Silvanna survived though, but at that point, taking any form of success is a necessity in winning, especially since three of his allies were playing horribly. Instead of going to the jungle camp, Yin should have cleared the minions on the mid lane, but since he didn't, one of the minions reached the turret. That would have been one dead Gord and one standing allied turret. Instead, they got one dead Gord in exchange for one destroyed allied turret. Remember guys, the objective of the game is to defend and destroy structures. Everyone has that same primary objective regardless of role, and that goes for the jungler as well. As much as possible, try not to die, but sometimes dying is unavoidable. When your death is inevitable, just do the lesser evil of making your death worth it by getting a good trade-off, such as what happened there. Nikki didn't try to escape since he knew he would have still died anyway. Instead, he tried his best to just take the enemy jungler with him.
People, I should never
They were out of position and contesting the Lord, so clearing the minion lanes in this situation would be the best play. That way, once the Lord arrives, it'll be easier for them to prevent it from taking down their turret. After all, the Lord is not very powerful 9 minutes into the game. It only really becomes a problem after about 18 minutes into the game.
The light shall be my sword.
That was an excellent play by Nikki, probably one of the best plays in the game. Not only did he take down Clint easily, one of the enemy team's carry, a very valuable target, he was also able to prevent the Lord from causing damage to their turret. It was foolish for Balmond and Clint to head to the lane where the Lord was summoned on. If they had pushed the other lanes, they would have been able to either take the bottom turret or the mid lane by putting pressure on them. Also, they might have survived as well. Ironically, it was Nikki's team that was able to take down a turret despite the enemy taking the Lord. That's what happens when you read and analyze the map carefully. Like I always say, sometimes what defines a good player is how and what they do to make up for their mistakes, and what defines a bad player is how and what they do to waste opportunities they have built up. Yet again, Nikki did an excellent play, taking down a high-value target like Clint, clearing the lane, and discouraging Balman from pushing deep into their side of the map. It could have been better if Nikki stuck with his usual play of reserving his ultimate for when the enemy is about to escape. Since he used his ultimate first, Saber was able to dodge it. Remember, Silvanna's ultimate has a decent range, so even if her target blinks or dashes out, you should be able to lock them down after they dash or blink out. As much as possible, don't use Silvanna's ultimate as an initiator, especially against quick targets. Nikki actually did a decent play there. However, his teammates were not up to the task. They actually had a huge advantage in position since the rest of the enemies had to go around that part. If Nikki's allies advanced and attacked the enemies from behind while they were responding to Gord's call for help, they probably would have cleared most, if not all, of the enemy heroes. That was a crucial play that Nikki's teammates failed to execute. Excellent decision making. Nikki's analysis of the battlefield was superb. Since he had a good understanding of the enemy's abilities, it was easier for him to get rid of them and take the Lord down. Their team also had good minion build-up, so this is the best time to start pressuring one of the lanes. Doing so will ensure that the Lord wouldn't be wasted and they can be guaranteed at least one turret destroyed and more if the rest of the clashes favor them. Instead of camping, Nikki should have started pushing the top lane since the enemies were busy defending the lane against his allies on the mid lane. Their attention will be divided as well since the Lord was pushing the bottom lane. He eventually decided to push the top lane anyway, but could have been better if it was done a bit earlier. Now that was an excellent position. Amazing trade-off considering that their lanes are once again winning. This is going to be their chance to take the game. Instead of camping, clearing the lanes would have been a better idea. There were only 3 of them. That means being in a 5 versus 3 disadvantage was inevitable. But if they cleared the lanes and pressured the enemy team, they would have gained a better traction once the Lord arrives. After all, there's only less than a minute left before the Lord responds. Nikki and his teammates were lucky enough that the enemies decided not to take the Lord, because if they did, they would have probably ended the game right there.
Faith is rock solid.
I think Nikki was a bit too overconfident in that play. I'm sure he was clearly aware what the risks were, but thought he would be able to escape unscathed. After seeing that many enemies on the mid lane, I probably would have just pressured the top lane, clear one wave of enemy minions, recall back to base, and probably help in defending against the enemies pushing the mid lane. Since one or two of the enemies will help defend against the upcoming minions, the enemies on the mid lane would be less. There's even a chance that they probably would be discouraged to push, thus giving Nikki's team a chance to recuperate and eventually take or contest the Lord.
Shall be my sword. Take down the Lord.
That was an excellent position yet again for Nikki. Excellent analysis of the map and positions of the enemies. He did great isolating Saber from his allies, thus preventing him from taking down their squishies. Before I forget, here's Nikki's build. He got Magic Worship as his emblem, which works so well on Silvanna since its effect gets activated after inflicting multi-stages of damage. Then he got this item set which was focused on dealing damage and HP regeneration with a little bit of survivability. In my opinion, it would have been better if he invested on one more defensive equipment such as Anti-Cross or even Guardian Helm to gain very high HP against Gord's true damage. Overall, his build wasn't bad, and as you can see, suited his playstyle very well. Remember to secure the zone and provide vision to your teammates, taking major objectives such as the Lord. If you don't, you're at risk of getting stolen from.
The light shall be my sword. People
outstanding lane pressure. At this point, they will be able to take the victory once and for all. Also, it's already 25 minutes into the game. That means the Lord will be tremendously powerful. Not only does it provide buffs to nearby allied heroes, it also boasts tremendous HP and damage. For some reason, Yin didn't kill one of the enemy minions. If he did, their allied minion cannon would have been able to enter the range of the turret, thus allowing them to take it down, saving Nikki in the process, and even allowing them to kill Clint easily. Instead, he chose to run away to the opposite side. Yeesh. That was such a stressful game. Did I miss any other recommendations in the video? What do you think? How did Nikki play this game? What other tips do you have for our viewers? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe, everyone. Peace.